right, got that hose changed, got her all buttoned back up. See what she's gonna do now. That one bottom knife hasn't been working, and it's still not. The hydraulic oil leak appears to be fixed though. I fixed a wiring connection for the solenoid for that bottom knife, but I guess that wasn't the issue. He's trying to manually run that knife off the computer screen. Okay, we just changed whatever that is, solenoid. Tested the wires and there's power to it, so had a spare one in one of these bins. Let's see if this works. Pushing the button, it's making it jump up and down like that. I'm holding pressure on it. So I'm just in the camp here working. It keeps snowing and windy and just weather's all over the place. So I've got some bolts here that I need to clean up to put a cover plate back on. Saw this on What No Way Guy. You know, the guy that tests out people's TikToks and says, what? No way. Clean up the threads on a bolt. Pair of wire strippers. It actually works. Pretty handy trick, actually. I was trying to use a screwdriver, but that's way easier. I don't know, these holes seem pretty stripped. Need an extension. I don't know, I found that in a Rubbermaid tote, that cover plate. There's supposed to be one for over here too, but I only found the one, so that's better than what it was. I've got this grease fitting to put in here, but the threads are kind of messed up and I won't start by hand, so I'm just gonna give her a go here with the impact. Nicely messed up. You can fix brass threads like that. No way. Thought we were gonna have to order a part, but Ryan found a brand new one in the backseat of his truck, so got it swapped out. We'll see if it works. March 21st today. It's -8 right now and windy. Bit of a difference there from last week. I had sunscreen on, 15 degrees. So back on the Logmax today. That bottom knife is now just staying shut. Number 7 and number 8 solenoid control that function. Now this was the brand new one that we put in. We were thinking it's the solenoid, but we were swapping them around, and then we even switched it with one of the roller solenoid functions, and the rollers worked fine with the solenoids. So I'm gonna take the cylinder apart and see if there's something wrong inside of it. We were cracking the hoses loose yesterday and running the functions, and it's spraying oil, so have a look at this. I got lucky with this nut. It actually was not too tight. Had a look at it, and I have the spare one here, so I'm gonna pull it apart, see if I can compare them. I took the whole rod and gland out of that spare cylinder and stuck it in there. I didn't know if there was a problem with the seals in the old one and it might have been bypassing inside somehow. Processing. She all opens, but not the bottom knife. So Ryan was just talking to Logmax, Louie, and Timmons, and he's saying try adjusting that. I believe that's that one right there. 3 mil. Okay, so you gotta hold this still, the Allen, loosen this nut off, and turn this right, one complete turn. Okay, that's snugged up. Try that. Still nothing, so I will try it one turn the other way. So there's 1, 2. Still nothing. I'm gonna keep messing with this. So adjusting that didn't make any difference. So now I'm taking this solenoid out. It's held in by 2 little Allen screws. It's a 3mm Allen key. I'll show you the tip and the O-ring on them when I get it out. So the bottoms of all these solenoids, this is missing the O-ring off of here, but they're supposed to have an orifice on it. They look like a little cap. And those ones off that function did not have orifices. So just swap 2 solenoids out off of a different function so they both have orifices now. We'll see if this works. That certainly looks like it works. That's the face of a happy logger right there. And it is beyond me where they went and why it worked before without them.
Don't even want to know.
Just gonna go get more orifices and carry on. Well, that's great.
2 big thumbs.
This is the missing piece of the puzzle here, the little cap, the orifice. So whatever it does when the oil goes through that hole, the right amount of pressure. The solenoid pulled out over here, we'll get that on and that should work. So if you are changing these orifices, there's something you need to pay attention to. Each little cap is marked with dimples. This one here has 2, and that represents the size of the hole. So that one has a 0.8mm opening. And this orifice here is marked with 5 little dimples. So that represents a 1.2mm opening. With us changing all those solenoids around, that orifice with the smaller opening ended up on one of the top knife solenoids. Now with that smaller opening, it caused the pulse function not to work. So when you're hanging onto a log and the grip is too tight, it won't allow the feed rollers to feed the log through the knives. You're supposed to be able to hit the pulse button and it will loosen the grip on the log so the rollers are able to feed the log through. Now with that smaller opening, it doesn't let enough oil through to allow that knife to pulse and loosen the grip. So if you're changing these, you need to make sure that they are the right size. To deal with the pulse function not working properly, he'd have to cut a log, drop it, reposition the head, and then pick the log back up. It was a bit of a workaround, but the machine had already been down for a few days and that job was real close to being done. So we just continued to work through it and finish up.